Hi, hello, namaste friends. Welcome to my channel Ace Civil Engineer. Today in this video we are going to discuss about the previous topic which is a continuation of it, that is strong column, weak beam. If you had missed my previous video, just go through the link which is given in the description below. So friends, in the previous video a small point has been missed out, that is regarding how the stiffness can be compared with that of the moment carrying capacity of the particular beam. So here in this position I have written clearly that stiffness sigma kc is greater than or equals to 1.4 sigma kb, but in the below expression I have mentioned regarding the moment carrying capacity of ct and CB, that is column at the top and column at the bottom. So sum of these two must be greater than or equals to 1.4 times the moment carrying capacity of the beams in the right side and left side of the particular joint. So the joint which I have considered here is this point. So at this point I have considered a joint. There is a left side beam and there is a beam in the right side and a column at the top and column at the bottom. So here I am going to explain how this concept has arisen. So friends, we know what stiffness is. Stiffness is nothing but load per unit deformation. Stiffness is nothing but load per unit deformation. Let the deformation be delta and the load be P. And this load can either be a point load or a moment load. So if this was a point load, then the deformation is measured in mm, and if this was a moment, then the deformation would be measured in theta, that is rotation. So at a particular joint, what I would say is, here I am considering a joint. At this joint, what I assume, I will just change the color. Here, this is the elastic curve. This is the elastic curve. So what happened is, here I am going to see a rotation, that is theta, and I am not bothered about the point load currently. So now I am only bothered about the rotation. So when a certain moment is acting, that is I consider a certain moment as m. If this moment m is being considered, then what happens? You have to notice a deformation or a rotation of theta has been appeared. So now for this joint, as this is a rigid joint, then even after deformation or even after rotation, the relative angle between the column and beam will be always 90 degrees here. So this column and this beam will be always in 90 degrees. That is not going to change because it is a rigid joint. So at this rigid joint, what happens? The stiffness of this joint could be told as K equals to m by theta. M is the moment for which this theta deformation has occurred. Now from this I can directly say that K is directly proportional to M. Yes or no? So similarly, if you come to this location where I was explaining how this has come, here also I did the same thing. Stiffness, what earlier has been discussed, this is stiffness of the column, which is the sum of stiffness of column at top and bottom. I have measured in terms of moment. So if I divide this expression or break up this expression exactly, mct by theta by mcb by theta must be greater than or equals to 1.4 times m br by theta. Br is nothing but the moment of resistance of the beam in the right side by theta plus moment of resistance of beam in the left side by theta. So as the rotation is uniform or constant throughout the joint, so we can ignore this. That's the reason why I have mentioned it in terms of moment. I hope you understood this concept, friends. This is the main important point which has been missed out. So if you had missed the previous video as well, then please go to the description, as I have already mentioned you. You can see it in the description of the current video. Okay friends, now let us get into some case studies by going through some pictures which I got it through Google itself. You can search by typing strong column weak beam case studies. You will definitely get some more pictures, but I am discussing some three cases which are like this. So the first one is like this. See here, at this point here, the column is weak, and that's why it has tend to get failed at all the positions. You just notice at all the B joint locations, the column attracts more bending moment, and that was the reason why it got failed. Next, the other picture here also you see the same case. Here the beam did not fail at all. It is completely intact and stiff enough. But in this case, the column cross section was very low, and this has led to the failure. So that's why we say always maintain the column of higher section or higher stiffness compared to that of the connecting beam. And that too, it does not mean that you have to just slightly provide higher stiffness. There is some guidelines which I have already discussed in the previous video. And next, this is another case. You just see the complete structure is proper, and it did not fail in most of the places. Hardly at this location where the base shear or the story shear was high, and at the cellar location where you don't have any wall fills. In such cases, it has attracted more bending moment, and that has led to the column failure. So all of these you basically notice at the near to joint location or at the midspan, because those are the locations where you hardly see maximum bending moment at the at the beam joint location, or else at the midspan. At the midspan hardly we see major bending moment, because in a portal frame we always see the bending moment distribution will be like this. So here you almost see the point of counterflexure. Next, let us see what are the remedies. Now you may ask me, sir, I have not checked for a strong column and weak beam, and the structure has already been constructed. Then what should I do? Then the only thing what you need to do is you need to strengthen the column. Beam you cannot weaken it by simply by chipping off the concrete which is above the top reinforcement and below the bottom reinforcement. But you can simply increase the strength of the column. That is the best solution which I can say. And let us get into it. So here comes remedies. Remedies can also be told as retrofitting techniques. So here these retrofitting techniques are basically discussed in two cases. One is before construction, and the other one is after construction. So before construction you have everything in your hand. So you may ask me, before construction what are the remedies I can do? It is very simple, friends. You just only have to do two things. First, you need to check whether your construction or you are designing a steel construction or a concrete construction. For suppose if you are doing a steel construction, in such case what can you do? Hardly we provide some I sections or some back-to-back channel sections or built-up sections as a column section. In such case, you can make it like this. You simply increase the flange thickness so that it can enhance the moment carrying capacity by a, a higher thickness of the flange. That thickness you can enhance if you provide some additional plate. You simply weld a plate to the existing I section or channel section, whatever it is. Your only motto is to increase the moment carrying capacity or the stiffness. In such case, when you increase, sometimes you may require the increase in the web as well. So that also can be done. Now you may ask, if I am doing some concrete section, then first of all you have to try to increase the cross section of the column. If that is not feasible, your architect may not be allowing you to increase higher sections or higher cross sections, then what you can do is you can simply increase slighter reinforcement so that you can get a higher moment of resistance. Now let us see what you have to do after construction. If your design is performed and the construction has also been incorporated, in such case what can be done? Then I would say it depends on two things. First, either you can increase the global strength of the structure, or else you can increase the local strength of the structure. So here comes, one is global, the other one is local. In the case of global, what can be done to increase the strength of the column? You can either provide shear walls or infill walls. Shear wall is basically concrete, and infill walls you can either make brick wall or some higher stiffness comparatively compared to some cardboard walls or partition walls. So you can provide shear on infill walls, and or else you can provide bracings, or you can increase the thickness of wall. This will help in increasing the stiffness of the wall as you increase the thickness. That may lead to higher moment carrying capacity because you are restraining the uh, rotation or deflection of the column. Next thing is mass reduction. Why I am saying mass reduction is, friends, you simply notice that this strong column and weak beam concept is only told when you are designing it for earthquake resistance. So these all forces are highly necessary when a seismic force is coming into the structure. So how does a seismic force come? Seismic force is nothing but the inertia of the structure. F equals to mass into acceleration. Here mass is nothing but the self weight of the structure, and acceleration, it depends on the seismic acceleration. That is the same. So if you reduce the mass, what happens? The force coming into the column will be reduced. I mean the horizontal lateral force coming into the column will be reduced, and that may lead to smaller bending moment in the column. So that would help you in increasing the strength indirectly. And next comes base isolation. Base isolation is nothing but for a column. If you see, uh, here is the foundation. Between that, at the plinth level, what I would do is I'll provide some base isolation here. What happens? The ground motion, whatever is seen here, this seismic force will not be completely transferred into the column. Only certain parts, certain portion of the load will be transferred into the structure, and most of the part gets dissipated over here only. Okay. Next, coming to local retrofitting techniques. So local retrofitting techniques are very much helpful these days because they are very much getting popularized, especially where you have to see, for suppose some apartment structure or any residential building or any public serving buildings like police station or hospital or fire stations, such kind of important structures. Those structures, what they do is they generally prefer to do retrofitting because those are very much necessary at the time of major disasters. So let us see what are the local techniques. Local technique, these all are individual, these all are the techniques which are used for increasing the strength of the individual column. So first one is RC jacketing. This is reinforced concrete jacketing, steel jacketing, fiber reinforced polymer jacketing. Next, beam column joint jacketing. So why I am saying this is, these four I will try to explain you clearly by showing some pictures. So here comes RC jacketing, friends. This RC jacketing basically is like this. This black color what I have shown is the existing column, and now you want to strengthen it. In such case, what you have to do, you have to provide some rebars which are red in color, and I am going to intrude some dowel bars which are like this. These dowel bars I am going to intrude into the column, and later what happens, I will try to weld this up at this look. I will try to weld here and weld this stirrup. So what happens, I am having some direct contact with the existing reinforcement. Later here what I will do, I will provide some encasements. This encasement I am going to provide, that shuttering formwork I am going to provide, and later I am going to simply infill the grouting here. So that will help in increasing the cross section and additional reinforcement of the column. And coming to steel jacketing, if I see this steel jacketing, what you are going to do is, you have to provide some channel sections like this, as I have provided here at all the four corners, and later that is going to be connected by battens. Battens means you must be knowing, it is something I will show you in the further slides. Here this is a batten which I have provided. This is a batten connecting these angle sections, and later after that I am going to put the formwork also all around the column, and that will help me in pouring the grout. So this is what is called as steel jacketing. Now let us see some pictures of the RC jacketing, steel jacketing and FRP confining jacketing. So this is RC jacketing. These are the existing columns. Here is the existing column, and all round we are going to provide some stirrups and some main rebar like this, and later we are going to provide the formwork, and concrete or grouting is going to be poured within the shuttering. And next comes steel. This is steel jacketing. See friends, here you can see some angle section, here also angle section, and similarly on all the four corners you are going to provide angle section, and later that is going to be welded with the batten plates like this. So these batten plates are welded, and over this a formwork is going to provided and grouting is to be done, or else in most of the cases they simply leave it like that. It depends on the client requirement. If the client agrees for that and the strength requirement or the strength adequacy is checked, then you can simply leave it like this, because this itself acts as a steel column or a battened column we can say. Next comes to FRP. This is fiber reinforced polymer. So here you see which is provided at the beam column joint and the column as well, at the beam column joint and the column as well. So this is simply a sheet which will definitely enhance the confining strength, or it will help the column in increasing the axial strength of the column, because it is very good in tension, and when due to axial load what happens, the hoop stress whatever is generated, that will be restrained by this sheet. So that will lead to increase in axial strength of the column. So that's it friends. Hope you liked the video. If yes, please like it. If you had any comments or queries, or if you had any topics in your wish list, then please do let me know in the comment section by commenting. And also you can join my Telegram channel as well, which is shown in the description of this current video. I will be creating more videos like this. Please do subscribe to get updated as I keep posting videos. Share my video to all your friends and family members. Don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you.